Hey, what's going on, everyone? Set up at this pretty easy to get to spot. It's pretty pressured, actually. I got out here super early to get my spot, and then by the time I got to my spot, which took me an hour to paddle, someone else was finally coming out at about 5, but set up with about 3 dozen decoys right now, spinner and a splasher. Fortunately, I just whiffed on a woody that just came in, and since I'm in the kayak, I'm sitting pretty funky, so, oh, more ducks. I think those were more woodies, but they looked a little bit bigger, so hopefully we get some mallards today. But yeah, I just whiffed on this woody, and it was kind of my fault because I'm sitting all funky in this kayak, so had to be smarter with my shots, but hopefully that's not it for today. I'm really happy to finally get out here and hunted this actually last week across the lake, and this is where all the bigger ducks were trying to land. So I just tucked up in here in this little cattail island and put all the decoys around me, really just put them in a little pod. So I'm gonna try that out. I really can't see to my left or right. I can only see out in front of me, so with learning I thought that was maybe a little bit better, so I can try to work on my calling and actually try to work some ducks in. So real shame I missed that drake because it was really pretty. Put myself in the nose. Shit. Alright, so that was awesome. Flock of pintails came in, circled the spread twice. I could have probably had them land in the spread or just off, but there's some guys behind me and I didn't want to take that chance. So I was able to drop one, and thankfully only here in Wisconsin you can only have one for your daily limit. So I'm done on pintails for the day and I gotta be more picky, but this duck is absolutely gorgeous. Check this out. And while I was shooting, I don't know what I was doing. It was probably the angle. I definitely clocked myself in the nose pretty good. So yeah, I thought I was gonna bleed. That hurt a lot. And right now we were supposed to have some overcast and it looks like it's gonna be mostly sunny for today. So gonna try to pull some of these cats on me to tuck back in a little bit more, and it's been slow going ever since I shot that duck, so haven't seen much flying around, but gonna stick it out because there's some other people in the marsh. I'm gonna try to be the last one out and see if they kick up any birds on the way out. Alright, well, the sun decided to come out and I don't feel like frying, so I am gonna pick up all my stuff and we'll see if I get out here tomorrow. I saw a decent amount of ducks where I definitely want to get out tomorrow, but we'll see with the family. And I have to figure out what I want to do with my spread because I brought out 3 dozen decoys like I said earlier. I adjusted my spinner and decoys about half hour ago. Nothing has came over since to see if that was the problem, but a lot looked, a lot didn't want to finish besides those pintails that came in. And ducks were receptive to my calling, which is awesome. I'm definitely trying to work on that and switch it up, switch my cadence and see how they react. There were guys behind me that were calling kind of on and off, and I think blind calling because I didn't see any ducks when they were calling. But once those guys moved off, they actually went more south, and I think they're still set up somewhere. But besides that, since I've been by myself, more ducks have looked and have been way more receptive to my calling. But I'm just gonna have to work on my calling to get more looks on public land like this when there are other people out, and try to either be quiet or I'm gonna have to definitely do better at calling to get these ducks to look my way. when there's other people out. So I see some ducks in the distance. I might try to pick up and might even try to float their way and see if I can jump shoot them. All right, guys, so I am now home. I wasn't able to get any of those ducks that I jumped. Half of them were seagulls, and by the time I got close enough to tell that they were seagulls, all the other duck flew away, which I did see them fly away. So I'm not a liar, not just trying to kill seagulls. But if someone can go down below and comment and let me know if this is just a yearling pintail or if they lose their tail when they're not breeding for that year, that is. Because this is a non-breeding male, that's why his tail is not as long from what I am researching so far. And a juvenile actually looks like a hen, which is brown. So clearly you can tell that this isn't a juvenile. Yeah, if someone can go down below, let me know in the comments if this is a yearling or if they end up getting long tails or losing their long tails with molting. So yeah, go down below, let me know. I'm trying to do my best to learn about all these animals that I'm going after, just not for identity aspects. I think it's really important, at least for me, to pass it on to my kids and then anyone else that wants to learn more about these animals rather than just hunting, killing them, and it's meat. I mean, that's awesome. That's half of it. It's a big part of it actually, but they all live differently, which is awesome. Like, obviously I didn't know about these tails with the pintails. I just thought that maybe it was a young drake. Or wood ducks, for example, they pair up every year, but they don't go with the same pair every year, but they will go back to where they were nesting. So it's kind of something I got to look into also, which is kind of cool to know that they will go back to where they nested previously, but they might not have the same exact pair when they go back. Another thing that is very important is trying to use as much as the animal as possible. I'm going to cut off these wings again like I did in one of the last videos because I got a dog coming in spring that I can use for training, and it's very helpful. But yeah, it's just some important things that I think need to be taken into consideration, especially with half the videos I watch. It's just tactics, how to get the ducks. Yeah, I got the ducks, and that's it. I think that's half of it. So, but that's going to be it for this one. I am going to get out next weekend with the temp drop. So stick around for that. Go down below, like and subscribe, and then you'll get a notification if I am able to get some ducks down and put out a video for next week. So appreciate you for watching. I'm Zack. Those are my kids screaming, and I will see you next time.